Okay, well, people should avoid comparing Dead by Daylight to VHS. When it comes to the late game 1 versus 1 scenario, there's really no better comparison to the overall situation and the feelings that can crop up if you find yourself in that situation. So today, we're going to talk about a recent balance discussion that was held in the MP Discord, and while there's no resolution to the concern as far as I know, the fact that the discussion is being held so early and the devs are thoughtfully listening to our concerns should be encouraging to everyone who wants this game to be the best that it can be. The purpose of the video is to hear your thoughts on the matter, as limited as your experience is, and continue the discussion. You may not be in the media preview, but you have all the information you need to develop an opinion on the matter from the gameplays that have been shared already. So let's go.
Space Coconut.
Here's the situation. In the current iteration of the game, once the monster eliminates 3 teens, the last teen is basically a goner. Since they know this, the teens more often than not end up running away from station to station trying to craft a weapon while the monster closes in, or they try and craft a weapon while the monster gets the rift and then has wall hacks to easily end the match. This leads to feelings of frustration for the teen player, since they basically can't do anything with the time they have, and perhaps end up with an anticlimactic ending for the monster. This is a very watered down explanation, but I'm sure you understand the situation. So, before we move on, in the comments below, let me hear your thoughts on the situation and any suggestions to solve the problem that you might think up. I should also add that not all of the players agree that the 1v1 endgame is an issue that should be changed very much, because of the nature of an asymmetrical game should be held since the monster did their job well enough to get to that point. I'll pass your thoughts on, as well as highlight the comments that happen to come up with the same solution we thought up during the discussion. Maybe we'll continue this conversation in another video. So let's continue. I've played both sides in VHS and watched many matches to understand the behaviors of both sides during this situation. So how do you balance something like this without making either side feel like the win was given to them for free, or making them feel like it's a very difficult task that might not feel worth the trouble? Since the win condition is the demise of the opposing side, giving teens an instant win mechanic like the hatch is a very bad idea. We don't want the monster to feel like they were robbed of the last down if they did well the entire match to take out 3 of the teens. So there shouldn't be a debuff to the monster or a buff to the teen to even the playing field in a way that would make it feel unfair to the monster player. Dead by Daylight has struggled with this situation during its entire lifespan, so we know that it's not exactly an easy fix, since not only do players' opinions differ on the matter, which we can prove by the comments you're going to read down below, but also the devs' opinions on their goal and vision for the game. Implementations of changes like this will be dependent on time and technical stuff that they're working on. There's a possibility that if they decide to immediately change things to solve the problem, other things they're working on will get pushed back. What I think will be important during this time is how the devs respond to our concerns and criticisms, and how we as players should react to that. You know I don't pull punches, so let me be the first to tell you that these devs have treated us with nothing but the utmost respect, and are genuinely listening to our feedback. In regards to this situation, all we can do is see what they decide to do, and hope that if they don't go with our suggestion, they instead find a compromise that doesn't take away from their vision for VHS as a whole, but will help alleviate the frustration that the 1v1 situation has caused players so far and will cause players in the future if left alone. As for that compromise, I hope that if we're faced with a proposition, that we as players can accept the compromise with the understanding that this was the result of their internal conversations with our feedback in mind and was the best possible outcome, leading us to be completely rational in our reception of the compromise rather than foaming at the mouth complaining that it's not enough. All I'm saying is that so far, the Hellbent devs haven't given us any reason not to trust them, and we'll see what happens to our feedback when the time comes. I'm genuinely optimistic. I know it was a short one, but deal with it. Do the comment thing, do the YouTube things if you liked the video, and until next time, I'm Space Coconut, and you're welcome.